So guys, I've fished about 3/4 of the lake. Haven't got a single hit for a bass. I've had one bluegill that came off when I got it up at the water. It was very small. I've only seen a couple bass swimming around here. The water here is really clear. And I've saw several small bluegill, but no decent sized ones. So I'm going to fish back up, and then we're going to go try another spot. If I catch one, I'll turn the camera back on. And I'm still after them, guys. This little lake's a nice, really nice looking place. And I figured I'd catch some fish. Everybody talks about how good it is and how big they are in here. But everybody told me that I talked to, you could see them swimming around in here. And I've yet to see a decent sized bass here today. This lake is in Letcher County, if you're wondering, and it's called Fishpond Lake or something like that. It's a real pretty little lake and very clean. There was people already fishing here though this morning, and there's some people here right now still, so it could be pressured pretty hard. I'm not real sure. I don't think you're allowed to put a gas motor. Well, I guess you can put one in here, but I don't think you're allowed to use it. I think this little lake is trolling motor only. So it would be a really good lake for kayaking and paddleboarding, if you like that kind of stuff. I don't really know about the fishing though. So I have been throwing a spinnerbait and a brush hog, and I've had some red worms and tried to catch some bluegill. I got a few bluegill bites, but the bluegill were really small. If you go over close to the bank, it drops off pretty good. You can see the whole bottom. You can see some smaller fish swimming around in here. Got on some grass there. The wind's blowing pretty bad too. It's kind of hard to fish in these kayaks with the wind blowing. Hopefully though the next spot we go to will produce something. So we can have a fishing video. It's been tough here this morning. I have pretty much fished the whole lake except this little section right here. But like I said earlier, there was a guy that was here on a boat, and he was fishing in front of me, and he would come to the other side in front of me and fish, so I assume he kind of knows the best spots and was hitting those, but I didn't see him catch a single fish. There's been some kind of fish like jumping up out in the middle. I'm not sure what they are though. I don't know if they stock this with trout or anything like that. But you would assume with the big bass everybody says is in here, there would be a lot of big bait fish, some big bluegill, shad, or something like that, but I'm kind of having my doubts. Maybe I just came at a bad time, bad day, or have some bad bait maybe. They do say it takes a pretty man to catch a fish, and I left my bag at home. Maybe I'll have to stop and get one at Walmart for our next spot. I hook up, I'll get back on. If not, I'll talk to you guys at the next. So guys, finally, well, dropped my rod in the water. We finally got on the board, and I was so shocked that I didn't even turn the camera on. But here he is. He's a nice, healthy looking bass. He put up a pretty good fight, but he's not really the quality size we're looking for. So we'll try to give it another try and see if he's got any friends with him in here. This wind blowing though, I'm right on top of him now. That's what makes it so bad about fishing, and the wind blowing on these kayaks. Probably spooked them all off now, but... So guys, it does have a nice dock there, and I think it's 40 or 50 acres, but this could be the last time I ever see the lake, considering the luck we had. We ended up catching one bass. I'll get a picture of the sign here when we get out here, and we'll see exactly what the name of it is. So guys, the name of it is Fishpond Lake. I don't know if you can see that or not. And looks like they have campers and RVs here, but it says no hunting waterfowl. It's a pretty nice little place if you just want to come and kayak and things like that. I'm not sure about the fishing yet. We may give it another try later on. Thank you guys. Hey guys, we're here at the second location. This is not exactly what I was expecting, but according to the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, 50% or more of the fish in here over 15 inches or bigger. There's something all over the top of the water here. I'm not sure what it is. Might be some algae or something, but we drove all the way down here. We're gonna give it a try to catch some of these big monster bass that's supposedly in this place. So I have a spinnerbait again, and I also have the little brush hog. I'll probably just throw both of them here. I was looking over here, but this looks very, very shallow. I don't think they're probably not going to be anything in there. This is like ankle deep water. I'm kind of surprised the kayak's even floating. Hang on, we might bottom out here, guys. So guys, we are a big piece from the shore, and we have bottomed out here. Hope I can just push out with the paddle and not have to get out and walk and this stuff. Hopefully it gets deeper on out a little bit. There we go. Wow, this is like ankle deep here. I didn't really expect that, but we'll get on out here a little bit and cast some and see what we can come up with. So guys, I'm hoping the rain will hold off. It is getting deeper. There's a sign up there when you first come down in here that says all bass must be turned back in the pond or lake, whatever you want to call it, immediately. But if it rains, I'm going to continue fishing as long as it doesn't lightning. I'm not going to stay out here in the lightning, but I don't care to fish in the rain. Guys, it's pouring the rain. We had to retreat back to the vehicle for a little bit. We're going to wait it out a little bit. Alright guys, we've only been back out a couple minutes since the storm has moved over, and we've already hooked up to a bass here. It's a nice healthy looking bass, but I don't think it'll quite meet the 15-inch threshold that everybody talks about. So everybody's correct, the next one I catch will be 15 plus inches. So we shall see. The sun's came out now, and I left my sunglasses in the car because I was thinking on the rain. It's just been one of those days. And I haven't found a place in here yet, but I can't touch the ground with my boat paddle, so I don't really know how deep this thing is or what kind of species are in here. We caught a bass, so evidently there's bass in there, and I'm sure there's bluegill. I don't know about catfish. It's a real pretty fountain there. I'll show you on the way back if I don't forget. It's pretty nice. A big bridge here. Well, I guess it's a walking bridge. Maybe it's old. Probably don't use it anymore. At this point though, guys, I'd just like to catch some numbers. I don't even care about the trophy fish at this point. I just want to catch a few fish. But one of the trophy bass about 20 inches would make it all worth the trip, that's for sure. We'll just move on up through here. Just casting the bank, but it's so shallow we maybe should be casting the middle. I don't really know. Or just cast around and see what happens. That's all we can do. So you guys can see. That makes two. Should we call it 2.5 or just call it 2 since one almost got to the bolt and threw the hook. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if you had a friend out here. I'm not sure if you're allowed to use electric motors, but this is a small lake. This would be a really good place to troll for bass if you had the means to do it and knew what kind of baits and lures to use. I don't really know what you use to troll. I've never done it before, but it couldn't be too hard to figure out. Just have to do a little research on it. That bass hit almost at the kayak. I do have to say they're good and healthy looking fish in here. Both of them I caught was very fat. None of them poor. I wish I had a little swim bait with me. If I catch one more on this bait, I'm probably going to retie the hook. I don't want to lose one. I've been throwing it all day with the same knot. I think the bass might be feeding right now, guys. We can just present it to them like they want it, because let's move on up. See what happens. Let's check our battery here. Yeah, we're about half charge. We'll run back to the vehicle though if we need to. I'm just kind of curious if these bass in here, the bigger ones, don't eat a lot of these baby geese and ducks when they hatch off, because take a 20+ inch bass, it will have a big mouth on it. It could eat a pretty good size goose or duck, I'd say. I don't really know though. I wish I had my little brush hog to throw over in there. But it's in the truck. I got a little bit wet earlier, but not too bad. I got back to the truck as quick as possible. But up through here is where I would really like to have that baby brush hog to throw under these overhanging tree bushes and things like that, and down trees. But I'll just throw the little spinner and see what happens. Maybe if they're getting hungry, they'll hit it. They're actively feeding. Water's a little bit dingy, but not too bad. Just gonna toss one right out in the middle behind me and just see what happens. So guys, I just hooked another one and it jumped up and spit the hook. I'm sure he won't hit again, but he might have a buddy or something, might be hungry. But I doubt it. Just see a bunch of bait fish jumping. I just wonder if those are shad or bluegill. But up through here by these cattails should be a promising spot for a bass. And I'm due for a 15 plus incher. According to the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, if you go by their 50% margin of 15-inch bass. But time will tell. We shall see. A lot of geese here too. You can see the geese up there. The bad thing about these old largemouths, they jump out of the water most of the time. They'll throw you a hook. At least we know there's some bass in here, guys. We've got it with 2 already. A lot better than the last spot. The pole was about shot the books. Looks like it's making some noises. May need some grease. Not very old though, it should have lasted longer than that. I'd say one of these 15 plus inch trophy bass will finish it off. But that'll be alright with me. We'll just have to get another one. They usually hang out around those cattails. I'm still yet to find a place in here that I can't touch the bottom with my paddle, my kayak paddle. So just wonder if there's any catfish in here. Some structure down up here. Looks like a good looking place. There's a lot of bait fish jumping again right up here. And I'm gonna pull over here and throw up the side of these cattails here one more time. Side of this bank before I go. See if I can get up with that 15 plus incher. I've probably fished a quarter of this so far. This is, I think, 20 to 30 acres. So it's not near as big as the other place. Did y'all see that fish jump right there? I wonder if something's after it. It's just doing tricks for me because I can't catch them. Yep. This is a pretty good one. I don't know if it's the trophy size though. Yeah, I think it may be 15 inches, guys. I don't know, it may be a little short. Doesn't really matter though, we're not keeping them. We're not allowed to keep them here anyway. I'd say it probably is. What do you guys think in the comments there? It's a nice healthy bass here. Fat. Big belly on it. I guess it was chasing those fish that I was saw jumping, so I'll throw it out here again and see what happens. Maybe they're out here in the middle, I don't know. Guess I could readjust the camera a little bit. We definitely, guys, should get one through here. Looks like great water. But you never know. Must have been a be bad to get around one of them stumps and it'd have a yellow jacket's nest or hornet's nest or something in it. It'd be rough on a man. That was a good cast right in the tree, wasn't it? It's hard to catch birds and stuff. It's hard to record on the kayak with this chest mount. See if we can do any good here, guys. This is a nice looking spot for an old sick trophy sized largemouth bass. There was a big bluegill in the water. That's something you don't see every day, guys. Is it a big beaver water otter going across the lake there with some Something there, I don't know. Beaver, I guess, going with a big tree limb or something like that. I'm not sure. Groundhog, maybe, I don't know. He's going somewhere. He's on a mission. Look at here, guys. Here goes another one. It must be a cutting, doing something with them. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they eat them or something. If you know, let me know in the comments. I assume they're some beavers or water otters, maybe. That's the second one I've seen. They're swimming all the way across the lake with them. It's not very far, but still cool to see. Trying to do better for you guys so you can see a little bit. I know it's hard. I don't want to disturb the little beavers or otters, whatever they're doing. I'm just going to cast real quick, get up here out of their way. There was another couple fish jumped. I'm going to throw it there like I did that one time and see if I can get another bass. Not this time. See some neat things out here in the water, wildlife, and things you don't expect. You don't expect to see stuff like that swimming leisurely across the lake with some kind of big bush-looking things. Let's see if we can get one here, guys. This is like a nice spot. We can get over there without getting in the trees. Must have to throw pretty close to them. There was another crane. Pretty cool to see. I don't know where they went to. Did they go to bed? Am I retrieving too fast, or they're just not liking my color anymore? Right here looks like a good spot, guys, where there's some fresh water coming in. Doesn't look like it's coming out too fast, so it doesn't really have the water muddied up like that one spot. I don't know if I was recording that or not, but Earlier there was a spot back there had a lot of fresh water, but it was kind of like a creek running in it. It's pretty muddy. We'll see what happens here. And nothing happened yet. Another pretty good bass, guys. But it's not a 15-incher. Man, this bass is warm, guys. Here he is. That's number 3 here. And we're going right on top of him, so we probably won't get another bite here. The joys of using a kayak, I guess. So that one made number 3.5 if you count that one I got to the kayak almost and it spit the hook. I'll turn this off, and if I hook up again I'll get back on. I got about 13 minutes of storage left. I left the other SD card and battery in the vehicle, but if I have to I'll run back and get it. Well, guys, I made it back to the truck. I didn't get to fish the whole thing because it was getting too dark and we needed to head home. But I ended up landing 3 or 4, and I think that one was over 15. And I talked to some guys out there fishing on a kayak, and he said his buddy caught a 6-pounder a little while back. So maybe they are some trophy-sized catfish in the little lake. See you guys next time. Tonight it was called fishing and not